for the last 75 years, it's not even close. For the last
Not
75
even close.
years, to be an Indian in America comes with land, comes with sovereignty. Maybe not the exact sovereignty you
They
see.
get statehood. They get
Yeah,
statehood.
Exactly. And you're in charge of your own police, you're in charge of your own resources, you're in charge of your own kids. The kids is the big one, right? They're in charge of their own fucking kids. Whereas in
Education.
Canada,
They
exactly.
get to claim their own taxes, build their own businesses, lease their own land, harvest their own resources. Fucking sorry, I shouldn't have swore. But
okay.
I get upset. But Canadians, no matter what province you're in, you don't have your resources. Never have, never will. That's the biggest lie. I love Alberta, but we've never had our resources. The Crown has the resources. Oh, your provincial government has the resources. And how has that benefited you in Alberta? I know lots of farmers who used to get it. Oh, hear me out a month. This isn't bad oil. I love oil. It made my life. It's just because the American companies especially pay fair royalties. We could go on to other resources that you're not getting fair royalties, but your Crown's made a deal with their friends. Imagine having 3 sections. You got 3 producing wells on your property, and they got to drive through 2 sections, right? So they create the road, the fences, right? Can't have people going on there, right? There's a battery they took up. So let's just say you've lost, out of the 3 sections you've been farming, you've lost 20% of those to these wells. So the company said, hey, no problem. How much are your property tax? Well, it's costing me $30,000 a year on these 3 sections, $30,000 in my community. Okay, well, how does 18,000 sound? More than ever. Perfect. Okay, so the farmer got that. No problem. Dig your wells, do your thing. I don't mind the 20% loss of my revenue because you're paying a mass share of my property taxes. Done deal, shake hands, sign contract. Along comes the government and says, you know what? Those are my royalties. So now they have to pay the full price of their property taxes. Put a lot of folks under. That's just one example, everybody. There is no friend, and I know this. I know there's no property rights in Canada. The American Indian citizen has way more property rights than anyone in Canada. I've given them constitutional conventions. I've shown them, gave it in detailed. Every single premier, no matter which party, threw it in the garbage. Even Francois Legault, he took one thing out of it. He said, okay, we'll take the portion about the oath of allegiance. He credited what was called SOL, a very socialist leftist party, MNAs, they're called, members of National Assembly, and of course the PQ folks, provincially, right? And they didn't have to swear that oath. That's the only thing he took. One little thing, I'm just going to hit on this before I forget. James Madison, brilliant, beautiful mind, highly intelligent president, but also War of Independence, wrote the world's oldest and first We the People Constitution, Massachusetts. That's where the U.S. Constitution that we have today comes from, 1787, off of James Madison's design. After the War of 1812, which this beautiful founding father fought, he told everybody until his death, beware of the Dominion. They will call it the Dominion. I'm not joking. This is real. This is how much of a genius this man was. He said that and it came to be, and he was right, 110%.
That's amazing. I mean, I love the way you describe all that, and it makes sense to me on many levels.
I'm going to tell you something why Donald Trump wants this Canada 51st state. It's that healthcare, and he's not alone. Bernie Sanders too. I got both these guys. I went to Washington on it, but it's Canada who's refusing. But he sees it. They see it. This will solve the federal crisis. Now, when we look at the state level, there's no crisis. Largely, the states themselves, even the left Democratic states, California, New York, they don't have money problems like even Alberta's got. So tell me why Alberta has serious physical problems, but yet not New York and California, not even remotely comparable. And taxation too at the state level. When you go to the state level, you go, whoa, California and New York, they don't even start taxing you till you're making some big money, right? It's very low. Like, you got to be making some big money. I don't even know employed Albertans or any Canadians making that money. Like, you better, I mean, maybe if you're a doctor without a practice, but it's pathetic, you know?
Isn't it? I mean, from what we're seeing, it seems to be accelerating under new auspices or new names
Yeah,
or
but
new organizations. Like it seems like there's more now than
no,
ever.
there's more ever, and there's more of the 51st state than ever.